Hello, let's make connections. What do we have today? We have fantasy baseball, which, as by virtue of being in that first row, makes me think it won't be part of an answer. Butter and garlic, these are things that are delicious together. Parsley, actually, as well. That's funny. You could serve escargot in a mixture of these things, and it would be delicious. Bread, that's, well, here's a category of things that I find delicious together. The best part about escargot is is dipping the bread in the butter, garlic, parsley afterwards. I guess these things also these would be things you would use to make garlic bread, I guess. Do I think that's possibly an answer? I might look at some other things first before I try something wacky like that. We have gamble and risk. These things feel similar. Adventure, kind of. Adventure, less direct. Oh, bet is right above here. Take a gamble, take a bet, take a risk. A stake, I suppose, in the sense of you have something at stake, at risk. It's a gamble, it's a bet, it's a stake. Yeah. I think there's probably a way to make these synonymous. This feels pretty good to me. I'm going to try it. I don't see anything else relevant. Their wager. Okay, wager. Yes, a wager. Okay, that's the way to think about it. Okay, good. Oh, that's funny. We had steak and vampire. Oh, we had steak and vampire and garlic. But that's obviously misdirection because vampire wouldn't be in the same category as things that harm a vampire. Okay. Well, should I try this ridiculous garlic bread thing? What is fruit doing here? I'm just mentioning that because, I mean, the thing is, it is a food, but it doesn't seem very relevant at all to these other foods. It's a sort of different kind of, it's a sweet thing. And I don't see how it's relevant to anything else. Huh. Okay, well, I might just ignore that and blindly head on with this because I just think it would be hilarious if this were an answer. And it is. Oh, it is garlic. It is garlic bread ingredients. Okay. Well, I got there by virtue of, well, not by virtue, by way initially of escargot accompaniments, but then added the bread. Okay, great. Vampire. What is that doing? I have no idea what's going on with these. I mean, I suppose adventure and fantasy are kind of a similar concept. They're both sort of in the frontier in some way. I mean, I guess all three of these deal with the unknown. Tomorrow sort of does as well. If you think sort of the world of tomorrow, that's pretty vague though. But they're much more related than the other things. I have no idea what these other four things are. That's going to be one of these categories. I'm just not going to know if those are actually a shared category. Oh, wait a second. Frontier Fantasy Adventure Tomorrow. I know what this is, actually. At least I have a suspicion as to what it is. Boy, this is an obscure thing. I think these are Disneyland environments or sort of sections because in Disneyland, there's a Frontierland, which is a kind of Old West environment, Fantasyland, which is sort of classic sort of swords and sorcery fantasy in the vein of the early Disney animated films. Adventureland. Wait, is there an Adventureland? Yeah, there is an Adventureland, which I think is where sort of Indiana Jones and Aladdin and things like that are. And then Tomorrowland is a science fiction area. Yeah, this is definitely true. Boy, this would be basically impossible to identify if you've never been to Disneyland, which I have. So that's a tough category. It is Disneyland lands. It is that. I mean, it would have been shocking if it weren't because they are that. But okay, well that's something. Okay, so what are these? Cricket, fruit, vampire, baseball. What things that use stakes? No, fruit doesn't use. Vampires don't use stakes. What on earth is this? Cricket, fruit, vampire, baseball. It must be a missing word thing. Oh, it is cricket bat, fruit bat, vampire bat, baseball bat. Okay, okay, there we go. There we go. That's what it is. Fair enough. Yeah, blank bat. Okay, great. What a strange connections today. I mean, I would say, well, no, the bat is pretty normal in the sense that it's just a missing word. It's just a totally bonkers collection of words that look like they have absolutely nothing in common. Wager is a very normal category. These are totally, totally bonkers. Garlic bread ingredients, just four different foods that just are used in one recipe. And then Disneyland lands. That would be obscure knowledge for many people, I suspect. Well, there we go. Those were the connections. Tough one today, I would say. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.